All right, everybody. Well, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this episode of Note Night in America, all about financial independence tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining me on time here tonight. Big shout out to all of you there. Hey, thanks, Jack. I appreciate it. One of my favorite shirts. It is a pretty nice little tropical shirt, a little Hawaiian shirt, a little Tommy Bahama rocking here. But tonight's not about Tommy Bahama. Tonight's not about my shirts. Tonight's all about financial independence. But before we dive into that, hopefully you're all here to learn a little bit tonight how to get closer to your financial independence, whatever that day is or that number is. We're going to talk about that. But tonight, thank you guys for joining me. For you, some of you guys are joining us for the first time. We do these webinars every Monday night with the long-term goal being to help create and educate 10,000 note investors over the next 5 years. Why is that? Because I'm a big believer we're going to see a lot of change take place in the next 12 to 24 months. And we want to help people be prepared for that change that, something happened about 10 years ago. I believe we're going to see that again here before the next year and a half goes by. But we are here to help. WeCloseNotes.com, guys. I'm the note guy, Scott Carson. Joining tonight. Those of you who are brand new, once again, who is here on Note Night in America? Well, we have a variety of real estate investors of buying, selling, flipping, wholesaling real estate all across the country. Obviously, we have a very active list of note investors joining us, along with people looking to get into the note business. People like, well, what do I want to do with my money? Where should I put it? What should I do with it? We're glad to have you. As always, I did hit the record button, making sure, we're recording. These calls are always recorded, and you're always able to get them at WeCloseNotes.tv. Is our Vimeo channel. You also find them at youtube.com/WeCloseNotes. Or you can catch them also on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, a variety of podcast platforms, because we do upload these to iTunes. And always glad for you guys to listen there. Yes, you can get it available on iTunes. Just search for Note Night in America. For listening there, do me a favor. Please leave a review. We'd love to hear that you're listening to these guys out here, what you like, what you love. You don't have to be in front of YouTube. You can literally download the information directly to your headset or your smartphone and listen to it at a later date. But for those of you that are joining us here tonight live, not only here on the Zoom, but also watching us on Facebook as well, we're glad to have you. All right. Very, very glad to have you. That reminds me, I need to pull up the Facebook because we're getting questions or comments from people out there tonight. But besides that, we just celebrated our 300th episode on Note Night America, on our podcast, the Note Closer Show. Literally 300th episode last week. Totally excited about that. Lots of people watching online, people joining it, watching on YouTube, Vimeo, downloading over 115,000 downloads online. So thank you so much for those. Hello, everyone. Eric Hyde, you're going to be glad you showed up tonight, buddy, because the fact is we've got some good stuff to talk about, and you're actually going to be featured whether you believe it or not. Oh, watch out. All right. He's like, yeah. All right. Yes, exactly. So Eric does not know that we're going to talk about him tonight, which is a good thing. So, but anyway, everybody, welcome to Note Night in America. Glad to have you. Give me some love online for watching. Appreciate it as well. So anyway, moving on here. We do have a pretty hectic event schedule taking place the next 2 months. I know a lot of people are traveling, taking vacation. I have no more vacations taking for the next 2 months at least. Hi, Frank. Hi, Gail. Hi, Jack. Give you a little bit of rundown. We have the Quest $1 Trillion Mixer next Tuesday night in Houston. I'm excited to be the keynote speaker there for that. Got some great stuff we'll be talking about there. Our next virtual note buying workshop is literally 3 weeks out. All right. That can't be right. July 20th to 22nd. Is that right? Yes, it is. 20th to the 22nd. It is. Today's the 3rd. I keep forgetting. No, today's the 2nd. Yes, 3 weeks out to that. After that, I'll be actually flying to Philadelphia for the podcast movement. I'm excited about that. I'm actually going to be one of the speakers there. I have to get my presentation into them as well. After that, we have a very special 2-day event taking place in Las Vegas called the Note Boardroom. So it's basically just under 4 weeks out. Keep an eye out for that, guys. We've got literally like 6 spots only left of that available for you to come out and spend 2 days with me. Very small, intimate, 12 people max. We're going to have a great 2-day experience there at the Note Boardroom in Las Vegas at the Wynn Resort Hotel and Casino. After that, there's a Note Summit taking place in Cincinnati, put on Vina Jones Cox. I'm excited to be one of the speakers there. It's a Saturday, Sunday, August 11th and 12th. I think I'm speaking on Sunday the 12th, but expecting to have a couple hundred note investors there in Cincinnati. If that doesn't work for you, you can always come on out to the Note Mastermind, which is the 23rd, 24th, which bumps up to the Quest Expo taking place the 25th and 26th. And yes, you can, if you go to questexpo.com, you can still get 25% off your ticket, either the general admission or the VIP seats at the questexpo.com. So lots of good stuff. Crazy weekend, Saturday. Some of you are aware that we had a National Social Media Day, literally for 27 hours from 11 o'clock or midnight East Coast time, first thing Saturday morning, all the way through Saturday till basically 2 a.m. Central Coast time, Central Standard Time. Absolutely overwhelmed. But roughly about 33, 34 different speakers came on, talking about social media, talking about marketing. I got a lot of great nuggets out of it. I got a lot of great tips from a lot of people. If you have not seen the videos, you can go to the National or the Social Media Day Facebook page, watch the replays there. Absolutely overjoyed at the turnout. We were at coming up on 50,000 views on the stuff, which is what we were shooting for. And we still got a few more days of promotions taking place. So really excited about that. Some of you guys were on it, enjoyed it. John, looking forward to seeing you in Cincinnati as well, bud. Literally just an overwhelming event. Some great speakers, great stuff. If we could hit, that's our goal, try to hit 50,000 views by the 4th of July, which we're well going to do to hit that. We're over 44,000, over 3,000 engagements. Think about that, guys. If you could talk and have 50,000 people see your content, what would it do to change your business? Especially having 3,000 plus people interact with you, either like, comment, share. Tremendous amount of stuff, and we're so excited at what that has to offer going forward the next few months with that as well for our businesses. For mine, I have to give a big shout out my cohorts in crime, Christine and Elijah Whites from Serving Social. They did a great job. Speakers from 5 different countries, people from over 40 countries tuned in to watch us for the 27 hours. So yeah, I'm a little tired. Sunday was a day of rest for the most part. So, but anyway, I got all geared back up to come in today for tonight with you guys, because I know how important our subject tonight is to everybody. And so it's important. I guarantee it. But do you guys have any questions about any of the events? Anything I talked about before we dive into the main content tonight? Huh? Hi, Roy Johnson. Thanks for watching online there, bud. No questions? All right, let's dive into the nuggets tonight. Well, it's all about financial independence, as we all know. We all want to get there at some point, whether we're sitting on a beach with our toes in the sand under an umbrella or in the water, just as long as we're not, ordering tropical drinks, as long as we're not the person delivering the drinks, right? Financial independence is all about doing what you want when you want to, all right? That's what financial independence truly is, doing what you want, where you want, with who you want, right? Hopefully your spouse. Okay, so I like to ask this question: what does financial independence mean to you? Think about that for a second. Does it mean you're living where you want, in the house that you want to live in? Me, I really don't care about houses. I'm not one of the guys that needs a big house. I've been there. I've had a big house. I like our place. It's nice. It's convenient. Allows me to do other things. Does it allow for you to retire from your job if you're working full time? Your family, your spouse? Is it doing what you want, traveling more? Just say, I'm not going to work today. I'm not going to work for a month. I'm going to travel here. I'm going to pick up and jump on a plane and go see Queen in concert or Guns N' Roses or Depeche Mode, or I'm going to go and catch baseball games all year long. Okay? Some of you enjoy working. Hey, doing this stuff is not work, so you're still going to do it, but it still allows you to take off and live wherever you want to. Do whatever you want, right? Maybe a lot of us look at things from like a lump sum basis. Oh, I've got to get $2 million saved by the time I retire. Now, or does that mean maybe you set it up where you've got monthly payments coming in, like an annuity basis, where you've got things coming into you monthly, no matter what happens? My question is, I know none of you want to end up with a blue vest on your back with that. None of you want to end up working at Walmart. How may I help you? Welcome to Walmart. I guarantee you don't want to work there. None of us want to do that, right? Yep, I can guarantee you that. Okay. So the thing, I'm looking here. We got comments on the stuff here. Yep, that's good. All right. So what do you really need to live? And I mean by living is not surviving. I mean really live. If you want to live where you can do what you want, who you want, without having to worry about the bills being paid, is it a lump sum or monthly income? Like I said before. Now, I had Anne Marie on this morning on the Note Closure Show talking about, checkbook IRAs. We talked about it. She mentioned a comment that, hey, most people need to have somewhere around 1.7 to 2 million bucks to retire, right? Then you have a lump sum there to help take care of themselves with that she's read. Okay. If you want to have an orange vest at Home Depot, Beth, that's totally up to you, dear. Thanks for the comment. The thing you're looking at what your current income level is that enough for you to really live? I can guarantee inflation, health, expenses, it's probably not going to, if you probably need to grow your income to hit that point, right, everybody? Higher income is needed because you're going to have more expenses, inflation. Who knows what's going to happen in 20, 30, 40 years, okay? But according to what Anne Marie was mentioning today, and I've seen this on average across the board, they say you need about 2 million lump sum if you're going to be retiring anytime soon, okay? Now, if you look at what the top 1% wage earners make, and this is based off these numbers, this is from roughly 2015. It shows a graph there for you. Basically, in today's numbers, it's about you need to be making about $480,000 a year. It's probably closer to $500,000, knowing on inflation. But if you see the top 1%, top 2, top 5, top 10, back in 2009, when everything hit the fan, it was right at $350,000. If you made $350,000 a year, you were in the top 1% of income earners in the United States. Now, if you look at it now, if you make basically $150,000 a year, you're roughly in the top 10%. $200,000 a year, top 5. Okay, somewhere between about 325, you're making the top 2%. Okay, great. I know some of you guys are doing that. All right. The way you look at this chart is not meant to slap you in the face. It's just like, oh, I got to be making that to really live high in the hog. And that's not always the case. Okay. So let's think about this for a second. The reason I wanted to bring up, if you had 2 million in your account right now, and what would it be paying you out? Now, 4% annually is paying you $80,000 a year. All right. Basically bringing in about $6,700 a month to you on a monthly basis. Okay. If you're getting 6% on your money, that's $120,000. That's $10,000 a month. If you're getting 8%, that's $160,000 per year. It's roughly $13,000 per month. 10%, still it's bringing in $200,000 a year. 16 and 2/3 thousands, 16.7 thousand a month. 12% annually is paying you $240,000 a year and $20,000 a month. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't make $20,000 a month. Oh my God, I need to make more, about $5,000 a month. That's going to help me quit my job at $60,000 a year. Okay, nothing wrong with that. The reason I wanted to show you this, though, is you have to. What I want you to think about is expanding. If you think you need to live on $5,000 a month now, think about what it's going to be in 20 years. Maybe you need $20,000 a month coming in. 20, 30, 40 years. Okay. Think about it. What are you going to need? And there's no way to tell what's going on. So the best that you can do is prep now. Now, what a lot of people say, oh, I don't have $20,000 a month now, I'm just going to give up. What the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes is designed is to talk about some ways for you to be making money, to put money aside to help you invest to get to that point. Because $20,000 a month, well, yes, if you had 2 million in the account, I want to show you guys a way that you literally can be basically bringing in $20,000 a month, but not worrying about 2 million lump sum. I'll get to that in a second. Now, $20,000 a month, I want you to think about this. $20,000 a month is not hard. It's just a big number. And many of you look at if you're going to eat an elephant, how are you going to start? Oh, I can't eat the whole thing. No, you'd probably start at one bite at a time and make sure it's not the ass end first, as I like to say. Okay. If you were going to have to eat an elephant, you'd start very small, one bite at a time, and work your way through it. Okay. And that's what tonight's all about, is showing you that path, showing you how to get to where you need to be. You don't have to have $2 million of your own funds to go out and buy notes. Okay. Let's break it down. All right. Gordon Gecko is going to help us break it down. So $20,000 a month if you get that coming in each month. When you break it down on a deal by deal basis, especially if you're buying notes, you're getting stuff that's reperforming. That's basically 20 deals that we're paying you $1,000 a month in payments. Okay. That's pretty simple. Duh. Or if you had something bringing in $500 a month in payments, that's 40 of those deals. $333, that would be 60 deals of those bringing in per month. You need 60 deals paying you $333 a month to hit that 20 grand a month. If you're at $250 a month on your part, that's 80 deals total. $200 a month, that's 100 deals at 200 payments per month. Now, one of the big things we always talk about when I'm talking to people really do well going from 0 to 20. 0 to 20, they often can handle themselves or doing well, but once they hit that 20 asset mark, they start hitting ceilings. They start running into where they can't do it all themselves. So you've got to outsource it. You got to learn systems. You have to do other things. Now we're talking about using other people's money. Okay. Other people's money. And we'll get to something in a minute here I think you guys are really going to enjoy. But that's what you have to look at. Well, let me start with $200 a month. I know I need 100 of those. That still seems like a lot. Man, that's a lot, Scott. I don't know. I haven't done only 5 deals or 2 deals, you know. How do I get to 100? Yeah. One bite at a time, silly. One bite at a time. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about doing this overnight. Okay. I'm talking about putting a game plan together that gets you from where you're at today to where you need to be in just a couple of years. Okay. And my biggest goal is, 5 years to get you to retirement is not that long. You think about how fast time flies. I look back and I'm like, I think Facebook is a constant reminder when it's flashing. Oh, here, you were here a year ago. A year ago, we were just I was just a sponsor for this National Social Media Day. I had 20-minute speaking time. I'm like, man, the year is flying by. I look at where I was a year ago business-wise, and I'm like, wow, we've come a long way. We came a long way over the last 5 years specifically, 5, 10 years. It's been crazy. Things fly by pretty fast. So if you were to focus on what you need to focus on, you can make this happen, everybody. So because if you needed 20 deals, that's 4 a year or 1 deal per quarter. If you needed 40 deals in the next 5 years, that's not 10 a year. That's actually 8 a year. Okay. Sorry, I got my math wrong there. Okay. 60 deals. That's 12 a year. What's 1 per month? If you need to do 80 deals, that's 16 a year, 3 every 2 months, basically 1.5 deals a month. 100 deals is 20 deals a year. That's 5 deals per quarter. That's if you want to get to the point in 5 years where you want to be based on these numbers. Okay. It all depends on what you focus on. If we focus on it and you're sole focused, and we're not talking about running around trying to do everything else that so many people do. I had a guy contact me the other day. Hey, Scott, I don't want to work with you. I want to come in, hang out with you. I'm like, well, tell me all you're doing. Well, I'm doing all this, and this, and this, and this. I'm like, yeah, no offense. We're not working together. And he's like, why not? I've got all these resources. I'm like, yeah, but you don't even use them now. I'm like, you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off, being a jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't want that. You'd be here and you've got too many other shit going on. Focus on one thing. Focus on specific things to get good at those specific things. Because if you're talking about financial independence, you can accomplish that in 5 years or less if you really want to. You just have to do the things and be solely focused to get things done. And yes, you could do this if you're working full time. We've helped many people break away from the job to focus on this with a full-time job. Amen. All right, Scott Brown, you're probably going to like this. All right. So let's talk about it. Now, the question people often ask me is like, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have any money of my own. How am I going to make it happen? And I say, arbitrage it. Okay. Literally learn to arbitrage. Okay. Get some people out there like, Scott. Yeah. Karen. Hey, great. So if you don't have any money, arbitrage it. Now, for example, I might bring something up. Eric Hyde, I don't know if he's still on here or not, fighting crime, our resident superhero. Eric Hyde posted a deal in the WCN crew today. And there he's working on selling a performing note, right? Offering this reperforming note at a 14% yield. Or reperforming CFD. UPB is 25,000. Fair market value is 38. Principal interest payment is 280. It matures in 12 years. They're selling at 77% of UPB. 19,500 is the sales price. Okay. Now the thing to keep in mind, basically that $280 P&I payment times 12 months means it's bringing in $33.60 a year. Okay. $33.60 a year. That's not a lot of money. You're not going to get financially independent on $33.60 a year. Get it? I understand it. The thing that most people realize or fail to realize is there is money to be made from money all the time. Okay. Now, a 14% yield is not bad. It's pretty good, right? Well, I like looking for IRA investors that want to make 8% or less on their money because you can arbitrage. If you don't have any of your own money, but you can market, you can talk to somebody and say, hey, talk to somebody on the street, talk to somebody in the bank, talk to somebody out there that, I guarantee most people will be overjoyed with 8%. What? I can make 8%? Wow. I'm excited about it. So we do find somebody out there who wants to make 8% of their money. You get them, somebody that's got 20 grand, okay? Because 20 grand at 8% interest rate means you're paying them $1,600 a year or $133 a month. But what is this loan paying? It's paying $280, okay? So that's a $1,760 difference plus $500 between the 19.5 and the 20, okay? I might try to squeeze Eric down a little bit, maybe another $500 bucks. So you're making $1,000. But anyway, so that's not that exciting. But if you figured you needed $20K to help you financial independence, and this would pay you $147 a month, hey, it means you need 136 more of these deals to hit that 20 grand a month coming in. Okay. Now, the thing about keeping this, if your IRA investors got 20 grand, they're making 8%. Are they happy? Yeah, they're happy. What are you making? You're making $147 a month. Now, that's not exciting. It's probably your power bill. Maybe it's your cable bill. Who knows? Maybe it's your cell phone bill. But it's starting to build down that financial independence. Yes, it's not 20 grand in one lump sum, but it's a tick. It's a bite. It's a monthly bite. You could do 136 more deals like this. You would be financially independent. Okay. Now, the question often people have that if you break that down on a 5-year basis, okay, 136 deals, that seems like a lot. Well, break it down by 5 years. That's 27 deals a year. That's literally just over 2 deals a month. And I guarantee if you did any marketing, jumped on any of the Facebook groups, any of the note or real estate investment club groups, I guarantee you can find people selling notes at double-digit returns and go out and just market and find people that are looking for single-digit returns. Totally arbitrage yourself in the middle. Get the lower ROI money to buy the higher IRA money and just put yourself smack dab in the middle. You're making money out of just bringing people together on a monthly basis. Okay. No, you don't need to have 20 grand. No, you don't have need 50 grand. But you literally, if you did this on a regular basis, you would have enough deals. You're going to start paying some stuff off. Because if you figured this off, if you're doing 27 deals a year, okay, and you do 27 deals, and they're paying you $147 a month, basically at the end of every month, if you do 27 deals, it's got just under $4 grand a month in cash flow coming to you, just under $48,000 a year coming in. Now, yes, we know that's not $2 million, right? I get it. It is a start. It is a start to build upon itself. Dan says, are you talking about just borrowing the money from the IRA and keeping the note or selling them a note at an 8% yield? Basically, just borrowing that. You need to borrow the money. Hey, borrow the 20 grand at 8%. You're paying them monthly fee, or you can sell them the note at 8% yield. You can do one of two things if you want, Dan. If you want the cash flow, great. Otherwise, boom, sell them the note as well. Personally, I like to stay involved in the deal long term for this stuff because you really have none of your own money tied into the deal. You could use $100 maybe from your Roth as an option fee, so that all this money goes into your Roth, which would be a good idea, or your self-directed IRA. But you could do it right. This is basically on a monthly basis. Boom, just keep staying involved. Staying involved. Okay. Find somebody that's got 20 grand, they want to make 8% of their money. Okay. How do I secure the loan from me to their IRA and stay in first position yourself? So, okay, you could do an assignment of collateral, okay? Or basically you set it up. You're on that assignment of mortgage. It's set up. You could literally set this up with the servicing company where they're paying out that much money, and then you'd have Madison Management send over the remaining difference. Send over their 8%. Okay? You're still in first, but it's a first position note or contract for deed in this case. Just be co-named on the assignment or co-named on the deed with 50% interest to them, 50% interest. The reason I like staying involved, because if you're dealing with IRA investors, people that aren't active in real estate, the idea that it's a daunting idea of them having to foreclose. So listen, I can help you get 8% of your 20 grand. I'm going to stay involved with the deal. I'm going to make my money by staying involved with the deal, but I'm going to get you 8%. If anything goes south on the deal, I'm going to jump in and help out with it. Okay? So you're like any other deal as well. Most people be like, oh, yes, that sounds great. I like that idea. Okay? Because now, what if you can get your money cheaper? Because there's a lot of cheap money sitting out there not making anything. Okay? Quest has got over $300 million making nothing. And most people would be happy making something instead of nothing. Okay? Remember, $280 a month based on what Eric's thing is paying at 12 months is $33.60 a year. What if you go out and get somebody bring in 20 grand at 6%? That's only $1,200 a year at 6%. That's $100 a month. That means if you did that, the difference between there and yours is basically you'd be bringing in $2,160 plus that $500 difference. You're going to fund 20 grand versus 19.5. Same thing. $180 a month in your pocket. If you break 20 grand down by 180 a month, that means you need to do 111 deals in the next 5 years to reach your 20 grand a month coming in continuously. That's 22 deals a year. That's just over 2 deals a month. Just over 2.1 deals a month, roughly. Not even that. Okay. 20 deals a month at 180 a month coming off of that. Somebody getting 6% of their money, they're happy. That's $39.60 a year. That's just under 48 grand a year. Okay. Oh, that should be 22 deals. Yeah. So no need to win the lottery. You just make your own lottery by doing this on a regular basis. Now, the question that often people have is, how do I find IRA investors? How do I find people that have money? Maybe it just doesn't have to be an IRA investor. You know, obviously Quest IRA, going hanging out at Quest Expo, their $1 trillion mixers, or other IRA events like that's a great place to find people. Oftentimes you'll find people that have some money, they don't know what the hell they do. They want to do some big things, but they're scared to death. Well, obviously you can jump on county records, the county clerk, for people that lent money out of their IRAs, who have bought property with their IRA. That's a great thing as well. We sell lists if you're looking for people that have an IRA, not just a self-directed IRA, but we can pull lists, people that have IRAs, at basically $1 a lead. Minimum is 1,000 leads. But that's literally 1,000 IRA owners. People, I guarantee most of them aren't making 6%, most of them aren't making 8%, because they're not self-directed. They're just an IRA sitting in the market trying to make something. Okay. One of the famous ways to really find people that have low performing money is to run a classified ad in the paper. I know, technology, dumbing down your message so you're not overshooting your target. Because you think about it, if you're looking for somebody who's got money sitting in IRAs or even CDs, you probably need to run an ad in the paper. People still read the paper versus jumping online. Okay, think about that. Mail postcards in there. You could do a map of an area, like I'll give you an example. So we have just north of here, Sun City in Georgetown. It's one of the biggest retirement communities in the country. Maybe you run a mail postcard. Hey, looking to get your money working? Now, the thing I wanted to keep in mind here is the bandit sign might work near a bank. I've seen this happen before. Because what's a bank paying right now on CDs? It's ridiculous. Okay, when I was a banker in 04, 05, it was like 4%. Not bad for a CD, I guess. But right now, a 10-year CD, get this, 10-year CDs, you got to tie your money for 10 years to get 1.16% if you have roughly less than 10 grand, or go all the way up to 1.3% if you've got 250,000. Hey, I'll give you 4 times what the bank will pay you on a CD. It'll be secured with real estate. Certificate of disappointments all day long. Literally, I've got it pulled up here. I think it's also got it pulled up. I pulled it literally off of JP Morgan Chase website. Hang on here. New share. Lily went there this afternoon, and you can see Chase certificate of deposits interest rates. If you got less than 10 grand and you want to put in for 12 months, you get 0.2%. If you got 25 grand, tied up, say 60-month CD, only 0.8. I mean, 1%, 0.8 of an interest rate to tie that up for 5 years. If somebody is only getting less than 1%, and you give them 6 or 8% for 5 years, what do you think they're going to want to do? Keep it with you? Bring other CDs over, other money over to you? And you're just taking and arbitraging those funds. Yes, you're not going to get rich on $180 a month or $130 a month. But if you do enough of those while you're still working or while you're doing other things, you can make this happen. You can make this happen if you find somebody who's got a note they're selling at a 15% yield, and you find somebody who wants to fund the deal at 8. You make that 7% interest in between. Or somebody who's looking for 6%. You make that difference between. That's the whole thing about arbitrage. That's making money from money. What do you think the banks do? The banks bring in their deposit, they pay 1% or less, and they lend it out at 7, 18%. You basically can do the same thing, everybody. That's how you get ahead. Okay? Now, where else can you find? Go back to my presentation here. How do you find performing notes? Well, that's not hard either. Private note sellers like Eric Hyde, other people on WCN Crew or social media or any other real estate, sites. I see, I'm selling a performing note. And I'm not just talking about non-performing notes here. I'm not talking about institution debt. I see people selling notes all the time at a double-digit return for the most part. They've had it seasoned for 12 months or 6 months or whatever like that. Okay? Owner-financed note buyers, owner-financed note sellers often have some stuff. Okay? Non-performing investors looking to cash out where they've done a good job of getting it reperforming. Now they want to get their big lump sum back. Okay, great. What's it performing at? What's the underwriting interest rate? Okay, there's opportunities there. Oh, you're going to sell it at a 12 or a 14 or a 15 like Eric Kai was doing? Great. Let me make a phone call or people out to my post out to the people that want to make 6% of their money. Go to conferences, go to expos. You'll find plenty of places out there of people that have money but looking to make something so nothing. Loan servicers is a great spot for performing notes. Literally, I guarantee your hedge funds, if you reached out to Madison Management and say, hey, Shante, you know anybody's got performing notes for sale? They're looking to sell somewhere around a 15 yield. I bet she would reach out to a few for you. I mean, you can go to all these exchanges and find this kind of stuff. Okay. Now, the question is, what are you doing? If you're running all over the place, doing all this other stuff without focusing on business, that's up to you. But you have no right to complain that you aren't getting to where you need to be unless you're making offers. And this business comes down to 2 things: making offers and finding funding. Really, those 2 basic things and what it comes down to. Yes, you've got the servicing side. Yes, you have the aspect of assets out there. We've got a bunch of notes that we're in the process of getting ready to start moving, some performing stuff. So that's coming up on the 1-year time frame. Some JV agreements. Anybody's interested, hey, let me know. We've got some deals to move, some performing stuff. Reach out to me. Drop me an email, scott@weclosenotes.com. We got a bunch of stuff that we're getting off our books, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Okay? But the whole thing comes back to this, guys. Go back to here. This is your game plan. That's it right there. That's your game plan. Find what other people are moving and make something happen. Arbitrage. That's all you need to do. It's not wholesaling because you're still involved in the deal. But if you want to pull a chunk out of there, okay, great. Pull a chunk out of there. On this deal, it doesn't really make sense to pull. I think it's the smaller deals that makes more sense to stay involved in the asset. Stay involved and have the cash flow come in and go from there. But Use your IRAs effectively to have stuff go in. Maybe you don't have to. I know a lot of people are like, I need money. I got to close deals. Great. Close 4, put 1 or 2 in your IRA. Close 6, put 1 or 2 in your IRA. Not that hard to do. Any questions, comments, concerns from anybody out there? The whole idea of financial independence is building a game plan. You've heard about tithing. Well, I'm gonna give 10% to the church. Okay, great. Why don't you give 10% to you? Give 10%. Start putting money in your pocket. Start putting money where it matters the most, where you can do the most about it. Start being kind to your future self. Trust me, if you eat everything and leave nothing for the future, what's the future going to eat on? Nothing. They're going to starve. I know a lot of you have a champagne lifestyle trying to finance that on a beer budget. Okay? Look, there are a lot of these deals out there floating around that you can easily arbitrage with money, or you can literally take them down, put them in your IRAs, or put yourself in the middle of these things. Do I have a 101 class and mentorship program? Yeah, we have a regular class, LH, our virtual note buying workshop that we have in 3 weeks is a great 101 start. And then we do have some mentoring out after that. But a lot of people go through our workshops, they start buying notes before they ever make it to our mentoring. Okay? Lots of people do it. Eric Hyde just closed on 20 deals before he came to our mentoring program. Chris Savania has closed on almost 50 before he came to our mentoring program. Right? There's plenty of opportunity out there, guys, plenty of deals, plenty of notes. And this doesn't always be non-performing notes. It could be owner finance stuff. People have done some stuff. I got a buddy out of Dallas who will always pay. I'll give you 10 months of payments to get 12 months. Okay? There's other people out there doing this stuff on a regular basis, and it's not that hard to do. 20 deals per year, 5 deals per quarter, that's barely one. It's just over like 1.5 a month. Then you break the numbers down on that X. I just did, Zip. That's what I just did. Let's go back to this again. Eric's deal was paying $280 a month times 12, right there. Principal and interest payments. That's coming in monthly. Bringing in $3,360 a year off of that. $280 times 12. If you're looking for an 8%, if you find an IRA investor who's looking for 8%, well, bring in 20 grand because they're selling this thing at 19.5. Somebody who wants to make 8% of the 20 grand, that you'd have to pay them, make sure they got paid $1,600 a year or $133 a month. Okay. This is paying $280 a month. They want $133. The difference in that is $147. Well, $147 times 12 is $1,760 plus the $500 difference between 19.5 and 20 grand. No, LH, I'm not going to email it to you. You can go to my website, weclosenotes.com, click on the link there. You'll see everything you need there, bud. Okay. Now, if you 20K a month, just to give you an idea, 147 a month. All right. If you had 136 of those, bringing in 147 a month, that comes to roughly 20 grand a month coming in. That's how we get those numbers. Okay. If you divide 136 divided by 5, that comes to roughly 27 deals a year, because 27 times 5 is 136. Take the 27 deals, divide that by a year. That's 2 deals a month on average. Okay. 27 deals times 147 a month. That comes to just under 4 grand a month, or just under 48 grand a year. Does that make sense for you? Karen asked a question. Do you have to have a license to create a note in Illinois? Because it's like you are the bank, right? You would need to deal with a loan originator. If you're creating a note, we're not talking about creating a note on this. You're selling and brokering, okay? If it was in Illinois, still have a debt collector's license in Illinois. But in other states, you could be able to do this, okay? Right? Would it ever be wise to just pay them the interest up front? Okay? That's up to you, Zip. That's a discussion for you and your investors. Some people want the interest up front, some want it monthly. Some want it at the end of the year. Okay? It all depends on what are they doing with that 20 grand. If they're not touching it, pay at the end of the year. If they need to live on the cash flow, then you got to pay it monthly. That's a conversation for you to have with your investors. Okay? Awesome. Okay? Gotcha. All right. But guys, there are these deals all over the place. Okay. All of it. And if it's a performing note, it's a $20 a month servicing fee. So it's not that expensive when it comes down to the servicing aspect of things. All right. Yeah, you got to figure costs and stuff like that. I get that. Get some costs along the way. Get it. But the goal here, guys, this is not retirement is unachievable. If you need 20 grand a month coming in, it's achievable if you start working on this. You got 60 months. 5 years to do this. This will be a game on. You just do a couple a month, one a month. Okay? 2 a month, 3 a month. Maybe buy 5 this month. Because once you start marketing, start reaching out to people, you won't have a problem finding it if you just get off your ass and start reaching out to people. There are plenty of deals out there. I got a list of 400 emailed me the other day. Another list of like 5,000 notes over like 12 different funds. There's plenty of deals out there. If you just get off your butt, start marketing and reaching out. Hell, you can post them on LinkedIn. Hey, I'm buying. We've got performing notes at a 12 to 15 yield. I'll buy them all day long. Okay. Here. Oh, good times. Good times all day long, everybody. Question. I'm surprised Eric Hyde didn't jump in it a little bit. He must be watching on his phone while he's working. Let me see if we got any questions online here from the Facebook live stream. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Farmers have seed for next season. That's right, Roy Johnson, Casey Long, Cody Cox. Good to see you guys. Laura Maxwell Bullock. Hey, everybody. Good stuff. All right. Who else is commenting over here? Oh, I've done a great job. No comments here. Eric Hyde, thank you for your seal of approval, my friend. Eric at awnotes.com if you want to buy this note. You're welcome for marketing. I want a $500 finder's fee if anybody calls, all right? Big shout out to Dan Deppen. Got his deal funded off of last Monday night's No Night in America. Start charging you guys for me doing all your marketing. But hey, that's a good thing. It just proves that if you do a little bit of work, I pay attention to who's posting things. You might just get featured here. You're welcome, Dan. Another question here. What percentage of discount would you expect to get if you were buying a performing note? Well, so Marlene, if you're going to buy a performing note, it's all about yield at that point. So it all depends on what the interest rate is. So if the interest rate on a loan is, say, the interest rate is 6%. Well, if you wanted 12%, you'd only pay 50 cents on the dollar. Okay? So you have to figure out what the payments are coming in. And I owe you an email. Actually, I got an email coming out tomorrow to you. It's on my list to do. Sorry. I'll get it to you tomorrow. All right? Boom, boom, boom. Another deal bites the dust. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Another deal closes the dust. And another one. And another one. And another one bites the dust. Laura says, if you want to keep the reperforming note, you can just find a new investor, replace the old one for the same deal for 24 months. Yeah, you sure could do that. Hey, I'm going to pay 12% or 6%. You want to be in it for a while. If you wanted to keep it, just keep recycling people. Trust me, if you got somebody cheap money and you're paying them, they're not going to want to get out of the deal for the most part. Okay? Yeah, you can do it definitely. For sure, Laura. You got that right. Any other questions about this? But literally, guys, financial independence is all about, you've heard the point, well, I need to save for 40 years. Look, just start doing something. Start creating something. Start doing something on stuff. If you still have a full-time job that's paying all your bills and doing stuff like that, great. If you don't, hey, and you want to do this, great. Get to the point where you got 20 grand a month coming in. Okay? Did you say that you would be doing these by JVing these? Yeah, you could JV with them. Hey, I got 20 grand. Be a joint venture agreement. Sure can. You could definitely do that. The structuring of this is not difficult. Okay? Either they give you a loan or you put them on and it's a joint venture. So it's completely fine. And no, you're not pulling money because you're only keeping one investor per one note. Okay? One investor per one note. Questions, comments, concerns from anybody? Oh, no, Karen, you don't. Okay. Karen, you need to go through our virtual note buying workshop. Okay. LH asked a question, said, I recently sold a house, my first seller finance deal, at 9% over 15 years. Do you suggest I hold the note or sell it, and why? Look, LH, personally, I'm going to tell you something right here. You're not going to like this. I don't think you should be selling houses on owner financing. I don't, unless you get such a huge down payment. Because if you had all this equity, all you just did was tied up your equity in the house for basically 15 years. Only time I think it makes sense to something on owner financing is when it's a house that's difficult to sell. Okay. I'm not going to answer your question about should I keep or not. I don't know what your payments are. I'm not in your shoes. I just don't want to tie my money up for 15 years, making only 9%. Okay. Because if you ever have to sell that note off and somebody wants a 12% return, you're going to take a 25% discount. Okay. So keep that in mind. Cody says, you mentioned putting a deal away in your IRA from time to time, but something has to pay the bills for your full-time investors. How do you handle the nuance of paying yourself, paying your IRA? And when did you know you were ready to quit the job? Okay. Good question, Cody Purcell. I just make it a priority. Hey, just do. Hey, if I got a decent deal, put my IRA. It's just a matter of splitting stuff off. You just have to make it a priority more than anything else. Okay. All right. How did I know? It's when I was ready to quit the JOB. The best thing I can tell you most people is when they have enough money coming in that replaces their JOB. Now, let's just face it. If you're working for a company, you're probably only really seeing about 75% of what you really make, total gross, right? Well, if what you're doing on the side is brings in enough to cover what your net is, you're probably pretty much ready to quit. Leave your JOB. All right. But you have to make the decision. They have insurance, there's healthcare, other stuff like that. But that's up to you. I just think if you have a number, let's say you make 60 grand a year. Well, when you start making 60 grand on your side job, that's pretty easy. Either stay, great, or take the time to leave at that point. It all depends on your motivation and where you want to be. Okay. Ellie says, I understand I got 40K down, but yeah, I want to take your virtual class to understand the numbers better. That's awesome. Sign up for it. Go to weclosenotes.com. You'll see a tab and get trained. Okay. Cedric says, so all these private lenders we meet on LinkedIn, they're looking to do loans instead of joint ventures would be good potential funding partners. No, most of those are crooks. Oh, I fund on everything. No, they don't. Okay. Most of those guys that come out are big crooks. No institutional loan. Oh, I get fund all loan types. Anytime somebody says I fund everything, they don't mean they don't fund anything. Okay. So don't waste your time with it. What I'm saying is you reach out, just do a little bit of marketing in your local market, postcard, letter, okay? Send it out to the IRA investors. It's not that hard to do. You get people that respond because like, oh my gosh, okay? What are realistic discount expectations of the bull market? Zip, look, dude, come on, man. Realistic discount expectations of the bull market. Look, it all depends on yield, what somebody wants for yield. If your loan is at 9% and I'm happy 9%, that's pretty much a zero discount then. I'll take it right off your hands. But if I want 12 and you're only getting it paid at 9, I want 3% more than you're getting. It means you're going to take a 33% discount at least, or a 25% discount to get it. So it's all realistic is all what the market bears, what the investor bears, what the seller has, what the buyer wants. Come on. What is this, Jim Cramer? What are the realistic expectations? I'm just good. You got them, get them done. That's awesome, Susie. Laura Blunt, we snagged $300K funding from the Quest Mixer last week. That's awesome. Congratulations. Just imagine you've been going the entire time. Yeah. Congratulations to you, Laura. Now go get some deals done. Okay? Go get some deals done. Other than that, guys, I don't have anything else for you tonight. That's really what I've got for you. I wanted to keep it short and simple because, look, getting to the point where you want to get in life is not difficult. You don't need some complicated, crazy plan. Okay? That's the reason most people never get to the point, because the financial advisors have their head shoved so far up their ass with PE ratios and trying to look like they're smart, they ain't got a freaking clue either. They're like throwing darts. What's going to pay me the biggest commission? I'll do that. Okay. Look, you have the ability to control your retirement. You have the ability to control your own financial independence. The decision's up to you if you're going to do it or not. Okay. You have to start taking action on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to help you control your future. So it all comes down to. And it's up to you. We are all responsible for where we're at today. We are responsible, not anybody else. You can't blame it on anybody. Can't blame it on the divorce. Can't blame it on boss. You are where you're at today because of the decisions you have made or not made along the way. Because if you choose not to make a decision, somebody else is going to make it for you. You can choose not to make offers on note deals. But you know what else is? That you're allowing somebody else to pay you what they think you're worth, not what you're worth. You're allowing people to dictate your value, not you dictating your value. And the only way to get ahead in life is to take your future in your own hands, strangle that bull, that bear, whatever the hell it is. Who gives a crap up market when you can make money in the market? And this is one way to do it. Okay. And with that, guys, that's all I've got for tonight. So I want to once again thank all of you that joined me over the weekend on our National Social Media Day. What a trip. I probably will never do another 27-hour straight live stream like that again, but it was very eye-opening, a lot of great stuff. Just like, I like giving you guys content. I love giving you guys stuff content, but at some point, you guys have to start taking action. And if you're not one of those taking action, that's fine. If this is how you itch your itch every week, that's fine. You itch your itch, scratch your scratch. Ooh, I got one down my back or whatever. The point is what I'm trying to make here, everybody, you have the opportunity to do some big things in life, and it's up to you. But I just want to show you that there are ways to make money without having a lot of your own money tied up. You can just simply be a deal maker, bringing people together. Quit looking for excuses of why it won't work and start looking for reasons why it will work. And I guarantee when you have that mentality, how can I make this work? You're going to be a whole lot happier in the long run. So I also want to wish you all a very happy 4th of July this Wednesday. Have a great 4th of July. Make sure to reach out to our military, past and present. Thank them. We still live in the greatest country in the world. And, we're very lucky at what we have available to us, and we have the opportunity to go out and make something happen. So have a very good, very safe 4th of July, and we'll see you next Monday night on the next Note Night in America, everybody.